Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to talk about that special set, our VSTAR Universe equivalent set, because it looks like the release date has gone and been shown off. You see, over on TCGfactory.com, they have gone and listed an Elite Trainer box for Sword and Shield 12.5. And look, at this stage, we all know what Sword and Shield 12.5 is, or at least we know a little bit. But more importantly, and we'll get to what we know in a minute, obviously. More importantly for us at the moment, they've gone and listed it with a release date of the 20th of January. Now, usual caveat here, this is not an official release date. It is a listing on a website which may or may not end up being true. Now, these listings with release dates do tend to end up being true in the end. This is believable. And to be fair, and I'll explain this in a minute, it does fit with exactly when we would expect the release date to come. But let's just be perfectly clear that it is not 100% confirmed, and we need to make sure that we say nice and clearly that it is not, as it stands at the moment, 100% confirmed. We good? Excellent. So what we've got here, like I say, is an Elite Trainer box for 12.5. And to be fair, this is going to be good, because the special sets have fun Elite Trainer boxes. We could have a look at Pokemon Go, and we could see that the Elite Trainer box for Pokemon Go had the Full Art Mewtwo promo, which was really rather lovely. So that was kind of good. Or we could take a look at Celebrations, where the Elite Trainer box had the Greninja Star promo, which was extremely cool. Or we could go and have a look at Shining Fates, where the Elite Trainer box had the EVV Max promo. They're just some examples. I could keep going. Hopefully at this stage you see where I'm going with this. This is nice. And that's almost certainly what we're going to have here. And again, until we actually have it announced, we have to take it with a pinch of salt. But this is an extra set. A special set, if you would. You know, a set. We got our main sets in February, May, August, and November every year. Sure, every so often we get something like Lost Origin actually releasing in September rather than August. These things happen every so often, but generally speaking, every 3 months, main set job's a good one. And then everything outside of that is a special set. And that's what we've got here. So the Elite Trainer box is going to be a fun Elite Trainer box. It means that we're going to be getting some kind of cool promo in there, and I am absolutely down for it. I don't even want to guess what it is at this stage. I mean, the Mewtwo was literally just taken out of the Pokemon Go set. In Japan, it was in the set proper. Shining Fates was an EVV Max that was actually a promo card over in Japan. And we just whacked it in Shining Fates because, you know, why not? And Celebrations was a Greninja Star, which doesn't exist in Japanese. That card never got printed in Japanese. Japan never got that card. So, yeah, this is why, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I can't really tell you or even guess what it's going to be, because we are all over the place here, like properly all over the place. We have no idea. It could be a card from VSTAR Universe that gets taken out, or it could be a promo released at any point that we just, Japan have had and we never got, that they just whack in here because I don't know why not. Not going to try and predict. I'm sorry. But what about this release date? I told you this release date makes perfect sense, and it does. This release date does make perfect sense. Now, essentially, we've got this VSTAR Universe set coming out over in Japan. It's not been officially revealed yet, but we do know that it's coming from listings, etc., and I did the maths in a previous video, but basically Friday the 28th of October. That is when we are expecting the reveal for VSTAR Universe to be. That's not a guarantee, but that is very much when we are expecting the reveal to come down. So that's when we should see it. And this is going to be our equivalent thereof. Remember, we don't have time to muck about. When we had VMAX Climax, that was a special Japanese set. We basically took the fancy cards from that and just made it the trainer gallery in year 3 of the Sword and Shield expansions. So all the sets from Brilliant Stars through to Silver Tempest, they all had a 30-card trainer gallery, and that's how we ended up getting all of these cards. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. We are at the end of Sword and Shield, basically. Scarlet and Violet's coming in. We aren't going to spend a year giving them to us, so they have to be their own set. And again, we've seen listings for a set 12.5, including this one we're looking at here. So we know it's going to be its own special set. And January is the only thing that makes sense, and here's why. We've got Silver Tempest coming in November. There is no way Pokemon also drop a special set in November. That makes no sense. That is not going to happen. Also worth bearing in mind, it's not coming out in Japan until the 2nd of December. We could get it before Japan or just after, but that's generally not the way it tends to work. There usually is a little bit of a gap. So, yeah. November's not happening because we've got Silver Tempest. And we don't release stuff in December, by which I mean the West, the US, Europe, etc. Now, Japan does. Japan don't care. Japan are releasing on December the 2nd VSTAR Universe, and we've seen this kind of stuff all over the place. Japan has no issue releasing stuff on Christmas Eve. You know, the Vice Schwartz Marvel set I told you about on my other channel, Wassy Plays, that literally dropped on Christmas Eve. Digimon dropped a set on Christmas Eve last year. They don't care, all right? But we do. We don't release stuff in December. It is why things like Scarlet and Violet come out in November. Mid-November is the sweet spot. Because the latter half of November and December, that is when people generally spend all of their money for Christmas. So, we don't want to release stuff in the middle of December. You're missing the prime shopping time. Christmas is too big. This is why we have a set in mid-November every year. It's not a coincidence. Last year, the sets were all a little bit skew with. The release dates, because of the whole COVID thing, the release dates were all over the place. I told you there was no way Fusion Strike wasn't coming mid-November. It had to come mid-November. When did Fusion Strike release? November the 12th. Even when all the other sets were missing release dates, being delayed, etc., I told you Fusion Strike was gonna be mid-November and not gonna end up getting delayed, because the Christmas shopping is too big. Same thing here. We're not having a set in December. So we can't have it in November because of Silver Tempest. We can't have it in December because it's too close to Christmas. And we can't have it in February because February, we don't know, but we are 99% sure that's when Scarlet and Violet's coming out. Because there are no more Sword and Shield sets, and we have a set in February. Well, if we're getting a set in February like we do literally every year, and there are no more Sword and Shield sets coming, kind of has to be Scarlet and Violet. Plus, of course, you know, it'll be 3 years since Sword and Shield base set came out in February. You see where we're going with this, ladies and gentlemen. It's the only thing that makes sense. Ergo, you put that all together, there is one gap available, and it is January. So January the 20th just makes too much sense for this. And might I suggest, start saving your money now if you intend going in on this set, because this is going to be way better than Pokemon Go, and I think it's probably going to end up being better than Celebrations, and it's going to be better than Shining Fates. This isn't just a cool special set's coming, yay! This is the best special set is coming. How do I know it's the best special set? Look at the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection. I've shown you these cards a bunch. They're amazing. They have to be from VSTAR Universe. It is the only place they can really be coming from in Japan. These have to be VSTAR Universe cards. But Wassy, I hear you shout, we know they're coming in the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection. So we know they're not coming in our equivalent of VSTAR Universe. We know they're not coming in this set in January. And yes, you are absolutely correct. But look at the alternate art Charizard V-Star and tell me there aren't going to be other alternate art V-Stars in VSTAR Universe, which we get. Look at the Charizard V-Max and tell me there aren't going to be other alternate art Charizard V-Maxes, which we're going to be getting in our special set in January. Look at the Charizard V and tell me there aren't going to be other alternate art Vs that we're getting in our set. It looks, and I don't know this, but it looks like what we've basically got is a set full of alternate arts and fancy stuff. We've seen Boss's Orders Cyrus. the full art version. We've seen the alternate art Pokemon, not special art, but just kind of alternate art Pokemon V-Stars like Dialga and Palkia and Hisui and Zoroark. We know all of this stuff is coming. And the thing is, right, Celebrations was great, and the Classic Collection was amazing, but there are only 25 cards in the Classic Collection, so, you know, outside of things like Charizard that were quite hard to pull, we kind of completed that set pretty quickly. And Shining Fates was great, but Shining Fates had shiny cards. And I think and correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I think we've all gotten to the point now where we've basically agreed that actually, no, these special art cards are better than the shiny cards. And that's what it looks like we're getting here. And I think the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection is basically telling us everything we need to know here in terms of what we're getting and how cool it's going to be. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. Do please bear in mind you're not going to be able to buy booster boxes, packs of this sets, etc. You know, it's going to be kind of like Celebrations was, where there are just various products that you can buy, and they will have promo cards and then other stuff in. Or you could look at the same thing we saw with Pokemon Go where they did that. This is what they do with these special sets. We don't know what the products are. As soon as we know, I'll tell you. But there's going to be a bunch of products that come with packs of it. This is shaping up to be an amazing set. It looks like we got the release date. I wish I could tell you more about this set. I really do, but that's it. We can figure out some of the stuff that's coming just by taking a look at the cards we've gotten that Japan haven't got, which means Japan's getting those cards in VSTAR Universe, which means Japan's getting similar cards in VSTAR Universe, and then we're getting those ones in our special set in January. And yeah, I know we got to kind of go a couple degrees away to get there, but it works, ladies and gentlemen. This set is shaping up amazing. We've not even seen that much of it. Frankly, 28th of October, I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. I am very, very excited. So that's what we know. That's the update. That's the release date. And now it's over to you guys. Are you excited for this? How excited are you? Let me know in the comment section. Get us. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts where I answer all your questions, join a Discord to chat with us, and of course, get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely Andrew Kincaid, who has been a supporter of ours for a little while now. Thank you very much for the support and for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.